Welcome back, everybody, to Late Night Snacks. If you are here to kiki, spill the tea, and talk RuPaul's Drag Race Vegas Revue live. Live Vegas Revue. One of these days, I'll get it right. Until then, enjoy the show. Episode 5, titled, DeWanda, it was titled...
Oh, crap. I don't remember what it was titled. See, I'm not that good either. We are not. We don't have it together today. You can tell because we don't even have the title. But anyway,
it's RuPaul's Drag Race Vegas Revue Live, Season 1, Episode 5.
Oh, I'm sorry. The title is Family Affair.
There you go.
That is the title.
Ooh.
And since this,
as we do family, and we do see them getting into people's affairs and families' affairs.
Yeah. And since this episode, you love, my love.
There you go. Excuse me. All right, guys. So let's go ahead and get right into this. For those who haven't seen it, just so you guys know, this is a spoiler alert. We will be spoiling everything. So you have been warned. Otherwise, because there is a big announcement. I'm sorry. I think it's a big announcement coming up shortly. With that being said, Michael, that guy, take it away.
God, it's been a couple days since I watched it. The start of the episode was kind of a rehash of Asia in the fucking dressing room scenarios. Good God, how long are we gonna go through this? So we found out
because they were just picking up her man.
Yes, well, we found out for sure that she was in that separate room off stage, and we went through that horror ordeal. And then we talked to the other before we get into different stories that they're over it. They're not going to tolerate it anymore. They're done dealing with it.
Yeah.
And
they're just as over it as we are.
Exactly.
You know. Because I was over it. I was over it when it first started. But if we really have to look at viewership, I was over it at least an episode ago. So it's like you very well could have just done without it this time.
I was over it in episode 3. I was done.
It just feels like filler drama right now, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Well, rewind drama kind of. But where that's dangerous in a social situation like they're in is when people start resenting you, they just don't care to make amends.
No.
And that's, I think, the problem that they're at with Asia, and that could damage the long-term relationships that she's having. Asia needs to make the effort now, because nobody's going to make the effort for her. Even Derek's done. And Derek is the one that tried to bring everybody to have a
Derek's been civil with everyone, trying to keep the peace about everyone. So, and Derek's been trying to talk to Asia multiple times.
So
and even Derek was shut down. He's like, I'm over it.
There was no resolve from that. We did get a little touch-up, just a very, very brief touch-up on what's his face's boyfriend dumping him, Cameron's boyfriend dumping him.
Yeah.
And so, we felt it was weird because he seemed so calmly okay about the whole thing. So I believe that this was quite some time coming for him. It wasn't like a big shock like in real life we thought it was. So
or it's one of those things. He knows there's a camera following him around 24/7. He's just not showing it for the camera. Whereas that doesn't mean he's not privately utterly falling apart. As we all know, we all do.
We all do. Yep.
He does not seem like he's a whore to the camera. That he's not going to play to the camera like that.
Exactly.
So that could be absolutely.
So which again it goes to what you brought up earlier, is that we all thought Cameron was a little bit older just because of his maturity, the way he handles situations and doesn't really get himself involved with all the drama and the mayhem.
And we will talk about that tonight. Maturity and all that. So anyway, we get into our new storylines. We got 2 new storylines this week. 2 significant storylines. One is Vanjie is out with Derek, Cameron, I believe everybody except for Asia.
Except for Asia, yeah.
Asia did not attend any family functions this week. She made herself absolutely absent, which is a shame because we'll find out here in a minute that Asia's boyfriend comes into town. And usually when the girls go...
And they don't know it. You could tell by their responses. No one has a clue Asia's man's coming to town, let alone there.
And when everybody else has had somebody come into town, they're shared with everybody as part of the family. So that was kind of selfish.
They think she's just locked up in her room or her dressing room or her her place she's staying.
Maybe her boyfriend wanted that experience. Who knows, man? Well, whatever.
Yeah.
So we find out that everybody but AJ is out to lunch with Vanjie's mother. Vanjie's mother is in town.
Who is gorgeous, by the way. She is. When they showed that baby picture, it wasn't baby, little picture, young baby Vanjie. They showed the picture with him and his mother, and he was telling the story, about his mother always being accepting. I loved how he said, I was never in the closet, honey. There was no coming out because I was never in a closet.
Yeah,
but I love the picture they showed of him and his mom, which was very 80s-esque. With the hairdo and the style his mother had and everything. And then you saw her later, and this is obviously years later, and she looks, my God, even more beautiful than she did then.
Well, what's interesting that I caught out of this whole meeting was that you can tell that they've been through some hard times.
Yeah.
Sadness about them, that both Vanjie and his mom, that not hard times maybe necessarily between each other, just in life. They've gone through some shit, you can tell. And it's just, it's broken. She seems a little hesitant to the world. Just kind of, you know what? We're good. Fuck this mess. Kind of, it's an interesting attitude.
Yeah.
So giving, so love. I would love to have lunch with her. Oh my gosh, she was. She wanted the gossip. She wanted the tea. She wanted to kiki with the girls. She's really living this high life. I think of something she have through Vanjie, and Vanjie celebrating it with her, and that's really neat.
It's one of those where you hear a lot of people when they say, when I hit it big, I'm going to make sure my mama's taken care of. My mama's coming with me. And it sounds like Vanjie's the type of person who really did stick to her guns with that, probably wanted that same type of thing, but really held to it and followed through with it. Whereas a lot of people don't necessarily always do that. They tend to forget about their loved ones and the people who supported them throughout everything.
I'm telling you, think about Vanjie however you want to. Every single time she's on the screen, I love her a little more. And I can see
well, and plus she's playing matchmaker too. She's trying to play matchmaker with.
Yeah.
Got it. So
Vanjie is so incredibly charismatic. She lights up his entire room. And not because she's just like a star. She's got a great personality. That is just you would think Vanjie, as you see her on RuPaul's season, that she's this big cartoon, he might be one of the most real people in that cast.
I have to agree with that. Between Cameron and Angie, I would have to say those are the two least about the drama, the least about all the BS, the more mature of the bunch, and the two that are serious about their careers and finding love and having a life outside of just TV.
Angie not being in the mix of the drama and the mix of the gossip surprised me, but it is fitting for her.
Yeah.
Wow, I was really, really impressed. Anyway,
I've always liked Vanjie, but I did coming into this series, when we started this, and I was like, oh, Vanjie's going to be there, cool, but I wasn't thrilled. I was kind of like, oh, I've seen it. I've seen Vanjie. Vanjie's a little more immature, a little talkative, little drama, this and that, and then that's not at all what I got since we started. I have to say, you can tell the growth in Vanjie from Vanjie's first appearance on RuPaul's Drag Race to Vanjie being on Vegas Revue now.
Right.
Just phenomenal growth as a person, as a human being.
What I like about Vanjie's growth here is when you first saw Vanjie on a cast list, either for her repeat season or her comeback season, or for this show before it started, is the first thing.
Or even All Stars member, Lip Sync Assassin.
Yeah. The first thing that I thought when I saw Vanjie thing was, okay, this is fun, but it's gonna be over the top. It's like, okay, we're gonna deal with Vanjie this season.
Right? Exactly.
So the opposite.
Yeah.
Vanjie's been on 10 maybe a handful of times. That's it, and just in like little brief conversations. It's great. It's so great to see that way. Anyway, so that's Vanjie. Oh well, so
they're at lunch with Vanjie's mother.
Vanjie's mother. Vanjie asked, Vanjie's mother was asking Vanjie about love and finding everything. So they relayed the story about how they were trying to set her up in the bar, and Vanjie was honest. She's like, I didn't like it, blah blah blah. And Cameron was making some sort of comment answer to Vanjie's mother's question, and Vanjie's mother just looked straight to Cameron. She says, "Are you single?" Like, why?
You know, currently in a relationship.
Well, because when they do their monologue, not monologue, when they do the interview type of, you know, things in between the cuts of scenes and stuff, Cameron was saying, you know, like, Vanjie's mom is saying all of this, like, or Vanjie was saying, and Cameron was going, that's a lot of the same things I'm looking for. That's what I'm looking at. That's what I want. So it was like,
Vanjie's mother introduced him.
Mom's no, first of all.
Well, it wasn't about them two as people connecting as people. It was about what they wanted, personality traits. So you want this, you want this, oh, you want the same thing. And so they started thinking about that on that level. Oh, she likes this, and oh, I like this, and we do have stuff in common. Instead of looking at the whole picture, and that's when I said, I was talking to you guys privately, is you said, what do you think about Vanjie? Well, they get together. Spoiler alert. Vanjie and
Vanjie well, no, they don't get together. Let's.
They decided to go out on a date or whatever.
No.
They kiss.
Well, they kiss, but the
we haven't gotten that far yet. You're skipping way.
So what I think about their youth is, you know, they asked me what I think about Vanjie and Cameron getting together, and I was like, it really showed me their youth. To jump into a little cutesy kind of kissy kind of thing, and we'll see more of each other. We'll do a date, you know. And
they both look like giddy little teenagers. They're playing spin the bottle because Derek's like, I gotta do something to get this going. Derek, you know. So Derek's like, let's play spin the bottle. And they did. They both look like giddy little teenagers. Like, oh, I guess I'm going to kiss him. All right, I'll kiss him. And like they both they were both super nervous about it, which is understandable. They got to work together if this doesn't work out.
Absolutely. I had no problem with it whatsoever. But it just introduced me to like, especially Cameron's youth. I was like, wow, he really is young. I was like, you know, you don't think with them. So that was that. I don't even know how this goes down. I'm fooling myself. So after that, well, we'll get into the end in a little bit when we get. So the next story that was introduced and took so much of the freaking episode. I mean, I would rather have the Cameron and Vanjie story all episode. This story comes in. Asia has managed to, with this negative energy and all this drama that she's creating, not only for the cast and for everybody around her and for the show, she's sucked the time out of us.
And I felt, you know, it's funny you mentioned that because I was telling DeWanda here that, you know, I felt like that. Like, it felt like this is going by so quick and it's too fast. There's stuff I want to know, like about the show and things like that. I want to see more of the show, but we've been so focused for so long on this Asia drama.
Asia is sucking.
Asia.
Drama. This episode, it was like that was like all the way to the end of the episode. It sucked the rest of the episode out.
I am so over it. It's just
so. In a nutshell, basically, what had happened was her boyfriend comes into town, and her boyfriend's super cute. He's super cute. He's very loving.
Yeah, he seems super sweet, super cute.
However, he's very honest, and he wants the respect from Asia. And then he said something very, very compelling to me. He says, we're in this together, and yet there's large parts of your life I feel I don't even know you. And I'm like, y'all down the wrong path.
Yep. It ain't gonna last.
So, and it's not for his fault. It's she's got reasons. This I will give Asia. I will give it up for her for having this dark family drama, because she was explaining some of her family drama, and it's dark. It's the life that nobody's going to live.
Touched on it in, what was that, episode 2 or 1? She touched on it briefly with Evie and Naomi.
Yeah.
And Derek and Naomi.
It is dark.
No, it was Evie and Naomi.
And it is nobody's business if Asia wants to keep that to herself, except for I think it should. I personally think it should be shared, but it may just be really hard for her. So keeping this family drama from him, I don't necessarily condone or approve. It's like that piece is up to Asia.
Right.
That's up to the two to communicate and to figure things out together of what she's actually willing to share of her life. And that's fine. But it sucked the episode dry. It was just like, we went back with him, and we went back with her, and we went back with him, or why we weren't telling our story, or why you don't know about me. And it's like, there's what 5, 6 other girls in this cast. We didn't see Evie.
No.
She did goes back to the burlesque girls for a brief moment.
Yeah, that was really all we got to see of Evie in the whole episode.
It's like a snippet of that. It's like,
well, Evie got everybody together to go out for drinks together.
Yeah.
The burlesque girls and the drag girls.
And it's like, I would rather see half hour. Huh?
Mm-hmm. And I said Asia didn't come.
No, of course, yeah. That's what we said at the beginning. Asia did not attend any of the functions of the show.
No.
Usually, when you have a cast like that in a show at a residency, like say you're in Broadway theater, you're in your traveling theater or whatever, you do a lot of things at night together. Because they keep the cast as like a family. They keep them together. They keep them out of trouble, and so I'm sure they're expected to do stuff as a unit like that, especially filming. They want them all in the same place to be filming. And I wonder what kind of...
Well, and I'm sure they want them out in public, seen together and things like that, so people know, oh, look, there's the girls. There they are. Oh, we got to go see that show. I heard it's amazing.
Right.
They want them out there because just them being out and doing their normal everyday things is advertisement for the show.
That's otherwise known as word of mouth there.
I just want to... How's this fit on here? Good Lord.
Self-advertising.
If she's great. What kind of content she's breaking by just eliminating herself. It's interesting. Anyway, the side point. So they go shopping for rings. Well, that's another big thing. They're planning to get married. I just thought.
Good idea.
Wow. Okay, you guys are already not on the communication train, and it's not necessarily a bad thing that they're not on the communication train. It's a bad thing that one wants this piece of communication, and the other one doesn't want to give it.
The other one doesn't. No.
Yeah.
And that's going to carry over to other things in the relationship as well. The show, this I found so interesting. The show wanted to make a story out of it, and Asia said the most interesting thing of the night. That just goes to show me how much I was right. Not right, I don't know if you're right, but how much that what was going down with reality shows really is. Because she said the magic word. She said, "I don't want this to be part of my story." Meaning they're creating a narrative around this, and she on a bigger level, she was saying as in life, she doesn't want part of the story of her life, but it meant for the show too. It's like, I don't want this to be part of my story, and it's become a huge part of her story now because the whole damn season, we got to like every aspect of Asia. It's like what the hell was Evie Oddly up to this season? We touched Oddly's disease the first episode and never went back to it. That was one of the most...
we still don't know anything about doctors and everything for Evie, and I thought that was going to be a big highlight of the season. Yeah, I mean, I know it's only 6 episodes long for a season, but still, that's all the more reason why I thought we would highlight it.
They started.
Yeah, I really wanted to know more.
Yeah, they started
storyline
stories in the first and second episode about Evie's condition, about Derek's throuple in home life.
Yeah,
and Naomi's kind of bitchy attitude and being young and learning about herself. Vanjie coming out of the shadows of her big, huge instant stardom. And then all of a sudden, Asia flips and sucks the entire season dry.
Yeah. Because we haven't gone back to any of those storylines.
All of these storylines, and we're on the finale.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, we went back to the burlesque girls for a second, but that was about it.
So we're gonna see what happens in the finale. So that's pretty much the nutshell of the show of tonight's episode. But it was all about Asia for the most part, and by the end, like I said, go back to the end.
We ended. Well, that's where you said where you were getting earlier, closer, right at the end there. Cameron gets up the gall to ask Vanjie out.
Yep.
So after they have to have their first kiss in front of the entire group of people.
Think about it. That means we've gotten the real awkward shit out of the way. And wasn't it Evie who brought it up? Or was it Naomi? I think it was Evie though. But it's like these are people who are already getting naked in front of each other in a room every day.
That was Evie. She's like, if he wanted it, he would already had it.
Yeah, it would already happen. It's like, you'd be surprised if they weren't thinking like that until now.
The way Cameron approached it with
Mama planted seeds.
With Derek and Evie, the way Cameron approached it, and with Vanjie was really scientific. It was funny because first off, with Evie and Derek, Cameron says, "Well, you know, when we were at lunch with Vanjie's mother, Vanjie pointed out that I do these, I have these ambitions, and Vanjie has these ambitions, and I was starting to think maybe we could have ambitions together, or something like that." And he goes, "You know where this is going."
Well, I just like the last thing that Derek said before we ended the episode was that, you know, they're going to remember this for the rest of their lives, and this happened because of me. And I was just like, oh.
You're like, all right, Derek, if that's what you want to believe, you go on, baby. It's for you.
Oh, it's okay, honey.
If it makes you feel better, you do you, boo. And that's the episode. I mean, that's it. So we are super excited though, because as we are doing this live for you guys right now, if you watch it later, this won't matter. But today is Thursday, September 24th. Tomorrow will be Friday, September 25th, 2020. Tomorrow will be the finale of the Vegas Revue Live.
Yeah, there. Yeah. I don't know why it didn't air.
So, if for some reason we are able to watch it live, like we want to every week, but we always have problems with it, we will come to you guys right after the show airs. Otherwise, please come back Saturday, same time, same place, and we will discuss Kiki all about what's going to happen in the finale.
Or what just happened.
Yep.
You know what's going to happen.
That being said, we are Late Night Snacks. I have been Irish Melly.
I am DeWanda.
And I'm this guy's boyfriend.
We love you guys. We love you for being here. And we will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Work.